Hello, this is the Tradesight U.S. Stocks and Futures Market Preview for Wednesday, October 7th, 2015. I hope you had a good trading session on Tuesday. Kind of a less eventful day than Monday's action. We ended up right on, as you can see here, on the S&P E-mini futures front month contract, or the S&P 500, essentially. Daily candles, right on the 50% retracement of the drop from August, the purple line. It's basically where we closed for the session. So it's pretty much unexciting in terms of telling us what the market's about to do. Here's the S&P cash index, lost 7 points for the session. Nasdaq, the NDX, lost 24.73. We'll take a look here at crude oil at 48.77 on the close, right up against, isn't that amazing, the green static trend line that's been the wall and the target there. We haven't looked at gold for a while. Bounced back very slightly for the session, forming sort of a cup there. Look at the SOX +2 on the session. There's the Biotechs. Biotechs got crushed down 123.79. I should point out this actually puts the Biotechs below the lows of August, and the old expression is, as go banks and biotech, so goes the market. Even though we were lower last week, this is not positive. This is certainly not a pretty chart for the biotech index. VIX lost 14 cents to 1940. The trend closed again pretty low at 0.81. That brings the 10-day moving average of the trend under 1 for the first time in a while. And remember, we've got some days that are going to drop off here in the next 2 or 3 days. A couple of them are big readings, like one up at 2.5. I'm trying to count the dots here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, so tomorrow we're going to lose a 1.6 number. And then in a couple of days, we're going to lose a big number over 2.5. That is going to bring that moving average down quick. If the next 2 or 3 days are low like this, this trend 10-day moving average is going to get quickly under 0.85, and that is a warning sign for the market. Never a plus when that happens. Nasdaq volume closed around 1.9 billion shares. That was up from Monday. Advanced decline ratio on the Nasdaq, 368 more stocks down than up. On the New York, it was the other way around, 336 more up than down. Google lost 4 cents. How often do you see that? 4 cents on the $600 stock. Apple gained 53 cents. Amazon down $6.20 after sweeping recent highs, basically. Netflix down almost $3. All right, let's take a look at the intraday action, 5-minute candles. As you can see, this is Monday, the gap up, drifted higher. We had a nice day Monday, Tuesday, a little bit less interesting. No gap, flat all session. We were still right where we started, an hour in, hour and a half in. Came back up to it over lunch, came back up to it after lunch, and then finally rolled just a bit. But overall, very, very narrow action. Did not even trade average daily range on the ES for the session. Here's the Nasdaq side, a little more negative. Almost got down and filled the gap from Monday, but nothing spectacular. Now, let's take a look at the data coming out on Wednesday. We've got the MBA mortgage index, crude oil inventories, and consumer credit. None of those are big. We have the trade balance number on Tuesday. That's probably the biggest number of the week. On Thursday, we will see the weekly initial and continuing jobless claims and natty gas, also the release of the minutes from the last Fed meeting in the afternoon, and then Friday, import-export prices and wholesale inventory. So it's a light week for data, but volume's been decent, and hopefully that gives us some opportunities throughout the week. We still have Wednesday and Thursday, and we're out of summer now, so Fridays can be decent as well. But there's not much else to project here. We're not seeing anything in the charts that necessarily gives us a guidance when we're sitting on that 50% fib. It doesn't tell us anything about what the market's intentions are, and certainly the action today alone was not that exciting to predict anything. So we'll just be trading it as we usually do in the lab. If you have not taken the trial of our services, feel free to do so. We will help you out for a couple weeks. Charts as usual brought to you by eSignal 12. Have a great trading week.